Hello everybody, it is Briximus Prime back at it again for another Transformers video, and today I'm just going to be doing a quick vlog about TFCON and my experience there. It was a very fun experience. I did go last year, but what was the difference between that year and this year was that there was actually a lot of friends to go and interact with. And, it just felt like a lot better of an experience. And so I just wanted to share some of the highlights of the entire trip and just some of the people that I met and took pictures with. And so, yeah, so day one, pretty much nothing really happened. I flew in and I went and got lunch, and then I met up with a bunch of friends, and they were showing Transformers 2007 that night, so we all went to go watch it together.
MH-53 pilot, power down now. Have your crew step out or we will kill you. Here we go.
My name is Optimus Prime.
Yeah, going to go see the movie with all the friends and everybody that I met online, it was a very pleasant experience, and so it really made the con for me. It definitely amped it up from a 5 to a 10, and I just really enjoyed it a whole lot more.
We cannot return life to our planet.
And fate has yielded its reward. A new world to call home.
Hello there.
We live among its people now, hiding in plain sight, but watching over them in secret, waiting, protecting. I have witnessed their capacity for courage. And though we are worlds apart, like us, there's more to them than meets the eye. I am Optimus Prime, and I send this message to any surviving Autobots taking refuge among the stars. We are here. We are waiting.
As I said, it was a lot of fun, and the show floor was also really impressive. It was impressive last year, but I'm pretty sure this year had even more people there actually selling stuff, and also the stuff itself. There was a lot of it. There was a ton of freaking Transformers. It was very hard to go over absolutely everything. And it was at the point where I kind of started to feel a pain in my wallet that I could not afford everything that I wanted to buy, but because there was so many things that were really cool to see. But overall, I was really happy with the stuff that I did buy, and I'm really happy with some of the stuff that you know, they had there, but even though I couldn't afford it, it was still really cool to see a lot of it there. But yeah, TFCON definitely was a very fun experience. And again, this is all Saturday, by the way. The showroom didn't open until later. So Saturday, pretty much the entire day was filled with just going out and shopping on the show floor, and then going over and meeting some people to get autographs from, which sadly I wasn't able to get any footage of me getting autographs from people because they kept shutting people down, whoever tried to get footage of, you know, people that they were trying to meet. But I will at least show off what it was that I did get as autographs and such later. But yeah, very awesome con, and you know, again, this is all just Saturday. Yeah, if money was not an issue, there were a lot of figures that I would buy because, you know, they were really expensive. Went to a 3D printing panel where they talk about 3D printing stuff, so that's where the TFCON came from. And yeah, then later after the panel, went out again onto the show floor and took a look around again. And I did end up finding some really cool stuff. I'll show off stuff that I bought like throughout the video, just so you guys can kind of see what it is I bought. So the first thing I bought was the Star Wars Transformers crossover figure of General Grievous. I've always wanted this figure, though the one I've always wanted specifically is the one that turns into his Starfighter. But I still thought this was a pretty good figure, got it on a deal, so I decided to pick this one up. So that was the first thing I bought.
There are 3 primes left.
Which boat?
Do I get the 3-0 Optimus? Yes. The question is, do you get the 3-0 RC? Wink, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Hey, yo. See, I got Bumblebee from side to side with Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast.
Throughout the con, I kind of toy hunted around with Linkimus Prime, Thundermus Prime,
The big Optimus cosplay.
Mostly Linkimus is who I spent most of my time with. We hadn't seen each other in a long time. But yeah, there was some great cosplay, great figures, really awesome display cases and such. And like I said, it was really hard to decide what to buy, what not to buy, or if it could even fit in the suitcase. Like, it was kind of hard trying to decide on things to buy, but yeah, very fantastic con. I was really happy with the things I did find, which next thing I purchased was the Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe Class Lockdown. I've seen the promotional images for the new Starseeker one that's supposed to release in Legacy, and I'm not a fan of the figure and how it's being a retool of the Junkion stuff, which I think is okay. I understand where they're coming from with why they picked that mold, but I don't like the Junkion mold for Lockdown, especially for it being a deluxe class. And I like this figure more, so that's why I decided to go and pick this up. Because this one, even though this is a deluxe, this one's like the size of a Voyager, and I feel like its size is best for Lockdown. Another figure I picked up was the Transformers Collectors Club Thrustinator. This figure has been a personal holy grail of mine I've always wanted to get for a really long time, and I finally found one at TFCON for a absolute steal of a price. I see these go for anything over $150. This guy gave it to me for $65. Later that night, for the second day, they showed off, similar to the 2007 movie the night before, they showed off Dark of the Moon. Was very happy to go see that again with friends, though I did have a hard time trying to find everybody, because the crowd for this one was a whole lot bigger. But still, went and watched it with some friends, and it was again just as pleasant of an experience as the night before with the other film.
The ship's name was the Ark. I watched it escape Cybertron myself. It was carrying an Autobot technology which would have won us the war. And its captain.
Who is its captain?
The great Sentinel Prime. The technology's before me. It's imperative that I find it before the Decepticons learn of its location. Our Autobot spacecraft has the ability to get there. And you must pray it's in time.
So yeah, I didn't get as much footage for Dark of the Moon just because the movie was longer and there was a lot of stuff going on, but overall, it was a very nice experience, just like the night before. We all just partied around afterwards for a little bit and got pictures with each other. Now moving into day 3, pretty much I made all my last minute purchases here before I went and got my photo op with Frank Welker. And, because later in the day I was going to be, leaving on the plane, so I was trying to do all my last minute look around and last minute shopping before then. And I was able to meet a lot of great people. I was able to pick up some last minute toys. I picked up the MPM 8 Masterpiece movie series Megatron from 2007. Got it on an absolute steal, less than $100 because the box was damaged. So very happy I was able to get that. Definitely going to get reviewed. Transformers Prime Deluxe Class Soundwave. Always wanted Soundwave from Transformers Prime, and so this was the best opportunity to go and pick him up. Very happy about that figure. I also got the rest of the Fall of Cybertron cassettes to go with my Fall of Cybertron Thrilling 30 Sound Blaster. I don't have Soundwave, I have Sound Blaster, and he still takes all the cassettes, so went ahead and bought all of those since I didn't have any of them besides Buzzsaw. Also grabbed the third-party version of Skydive, or it's High Dive as the figure is called. It looks absolutely fantastic. And then I also picked up the Transformers Con exclusive from Fans Hobby, and that figure looks absolutely amazing, and I'll have to review all these at some point. And then got in line to go see Frank Welker, and that was a very fun experience to go see Frank Welker. As you can see, the line got really long and it spiraled throughout the whole con. And yeah, getting to meet Frank Welker was quite the experience. I was really happy being able to go meet him and get a picture with him, and I got his autograph. And yeah, he was an amazing guy to go see. Then, also, in the lobby, I ran into Jim Sorensen out of sheer coincidence. And he wrote the Allspark Almanac. I also ran into some old online friend of mine, Grand Galvatron on Instagram, and I also ran into That Toy Guy and Paper Plane over there in the back. Great YouTubers. Be sure to go and check them out if you haven't. Also ran into Primus the Creator, another great content creator for the Transformers community. He was there as well, hanging out with Alfonso Nation and Awesomeness Prime. Really happy I was able to meet him finally. Also ran into Linkamus Prime again, right over there in the back. There is Thundermus Prime right there on the far right. Finally got to meet him in person. Linkamus Prime, this was like our 4th time meeting at like a con. Then also got to meet John Zillahan. He's on Instagram as well. Ran into him. He's actually the one who noticed me first. So that was fun. Then I ran into Kellen Goff it was completely random. He was just there as a guest, just walking around. He wasn't there as an official person or anything. It was really fun meeting him. He's the voice of Freddy Fazbear, Glamrock Freddy in the Security Breach. He's also been in a lot of anime and such like that. So that was really fun to meet him. I didn't realize he was a big Transformers fan till a little while ago. Also ran into Alfonso Nation while talking to Primus the Creator, and throughout the con I ran into him multiple times. I feel like me and him have become good friends. Was really happy to see Alfonso there. Also ran into Awesomeness Prime. It was a privilege to go and meet him because obviously I speak so highly of him, but he's the one who got me into toy hunting and got me into the YouTube stuff, so it was nice to meet him. I also got to meet the great Frank Todero, the voice of Starscream in the Siege cartoon, or the War for Cybertron Netflix cartoon. Was very happy to finally meet him again. Me and him kind of go way back. We've basically become friends at this point. I was really happy to see him, and I got a little signed print from him for Starscream, and he also gave me a free complimentary print as kind of like a gift between friends. So and it was a print from last year. So it was really nice that he gave that to me. I don't deserve his kindness. And then I also met Jason Marnocha, the great voice of Megatron from the War for Cybertron cartoon. Always wanted to meet him. He was a fantastic actor and great person to meet. Very friendly and very impressive how he's able to pull out the Megatron voice seamlessly. It's such a deep, imposing voice, and I was very happy to get this art print from him. And yeah, it was nice to chat with him because he didn't have a line or anything, so I was able to chat with him for like a good 10 minutes, and he remembered me from last year, and it was really fun to meet him again as well. And then I also ran into Jobby the Hong. Again, it was a little bit before the Frank Welker photo ops, but I was able to meet him last minute, and I'm really grateful I was able to, because I wasn't able to attend the entirety of the YouTuber panel they had going on that he was attending, and so it was nice to meet him beforehand because I had to leave and get on the plane during part of that panel, so it was nice to meet him beforehand. But yeah. And then finally, the last set of autographs that I got were from Bob Budiansky. Bob Budiansky is the original author for the Transformers Marvel Comics. He's also the guy who wrote the names and bios for a lot of the original Generation 1 toys. So Optimus Prime, Starscream, Megatron. He all came up with those names and the personalities of those characters. And so I felt I needed to get the autographs from him for the 3 vintage Marvel Comics I had. It's the 1986 issues 1 and 2, and then the 1985 issue number 6 as well. So I was very happy to get these signed by him, especially the Shockwave one. That's one of my favorite comics from the old Marvel stuff. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the entirety of the con. I was very happy with the experience, happy with everyone that I got to meet. I hope to do it again at some point, but I highly doubt I'm going to be able to go again next year just because of how expensive it's becoming to travel. But for now, I'm just happy with the experience that I did get from what I had. So yeah, that is basically it for this video. If you guys liked it, you leave a like on the video, comment below what you guys think, subscribe to the channel for more Transformers and action figure videos, and I'll catch you guys next time.